How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. This is an exciting one because these are here sooner than we expected. The Zone SS has arrived. So the first run Zone SS, we had a pre-order for these go up earlier this week actually. If you got in on that, it's already on its way to you, especially by the time you're seeing this, hopefully already in like Greensboro or wherever our next mail slot goes, but they're already packaged up this morning, being shipped out right now. So if you didn't get it on the pre-order, you can check them out now. We have the Z Zone SS. These feel great. I had the ESP one. I lost it at Maple Hill, so hey, if you're in Boston, you can probably go to their used section and find a Testy Lento Zone SS. But if you're not, then this is your best bet here. I will say the Z ones, in my mind, I think they have a little bit of a different hand feel than the Testy Lento. I think it's the shoulder might come up a little bit more than the first run or the test flight one. So I'm curious to kind of get in a field and see how this flies, because I want one back in my bag. I absolutely loved how the Zone SS flew. I'm probably going to choose, there's only a handful of these black ones. I might choose one of these. Oh, look at that. That's like a black on, almost black on black. Got navy on there. There's also these sick white ones over here. They just look so clean. And obviously they all say first run, so you know you're getting the first run of Zone SS. But that is live on the site. So the Z Zone SS should fly basically like a beat up ESP Zone, more or less, where it's going to give you a little bit of give at that high speed, but plenty of integrity at low speed. It's going to like to hold the anhyzer if you throw it on that. Awesome disc out of Discraft there. Next down the list here, if you're a fan of the channel, you watch our Course Conquest series, you might have already seen this, but we have the Limitless It. So this is a Star It, my absolute favorite roller disc. I lost it somewhere, so I'm excited to have an It back in my bag because now I can finally throw rollers with confidence again. If you haven't thrown a Star It, it's just a consistently flippy 7-speed. They're awesome, 7.6 -2.1. I would say it's relatively true. If anything, it might be a little flippier. And you can just shape so many lines with it. And then what a fun stamp. We have a bunch of different colors, bunch of different weights. So you can check out the Limitless Star It because, you know, there's no limits with the Star It to what you can throw. Over here, we have some House of Disc restock. I'll kind of go left to right. First off, we got the Swan 2, which is a throwing putter here with the mini Huck Lab stamp, and this is their VIP Glimmer. These feel like they're gonna have a lot of glide, be a really good neutral to maybe slightly overstable throwing putter. I feel like it's gonna be relatively neutral though, even in this plastic. So if you love the Swan 2, you can check out these with the little mini Huck stamp on there. We also have some very fun, like space theme blast off Renegades. The Renegades are really flippy. I believe it's a 10 or 11 speed. I think it's an 11 speed. So that's a ton of fun if you're looking for hyzer flip, shot shaping, and this is in Fusion Swirl plastic, which we haven't seen too much Fusion Swirl. So those turned out great. While we're also talking about hyzer flip discs, we have just Fusion Bounties back in stock. These things are sweet. Nice, understable, hyzer flip, dead straight type of a disc. Higher arm speeds, you're going to find hyzer flip to turn over. Lower arm speeds, you're going to get a really nice dead straight flight out of this. So check out the Bounty if you're looking for a good neutral mid. And then a lot of people were excited for these, which is the P-Line P4, Kyle Klein Razor Claw. So the P4 is what the Tactic turned into. So these are the same as the Razor Claws of Eagle, but these are in P-Line. So they're going to start nice and overstable, but the P-Line is their more baseline plastic. So it's going to beat in quick and become a great like hyzer flip forehand or backhand approach disc. They'll still have that torque resistance of the overstable mold. So a bunch of different colors on those as well. It's a big week on the drop shelf. We got one more row down here. These are all from Mint Discs. Somewhat of a restock, but there's some really cool stamps in here as well. So first off, we have the Lasso with this fun like Lego brick stamp on there basically. I think we have a few different plastics on this. I could be wrong. Yeah, right here. So we have their Sublime plastic, and this is, I have to remind myself what this plastic's called, Royal Soft. So baseline, premium, really fun stamp. The Lasso is an overstable approach disc. It's not quite as overstable or as fast as their Bobcat, so it's a little bit slower, kind of like a little bit slower Zone, if I remember it correctly. Then we have some fun Profits. We only have a few of these left. There's a nice throwing putter here. This is in their Nocturnal plastic, and it has the coin stamp on it, which people freak out over the coin stamp. So literally, by the time you watch this, actually those might be sold out, so you might want to check that first if you're interested in that. And then last but certainly not least, we have a restock on the Taco, which is an awesome overstable 5-speed mid-range. So this basically flies like a more overstable version of the modern Rock 3, flies more like a classic Rock 3, and it's in the gorgeous Apex plastic, which is very similar, probably the exact plastic as MVP's Neutron. So really great hand feel, and this disc flies great. So that's the drop shelf. Let me tell you about some other restocks we've had. All right, now we just got a massive Innova restock in. So what I'm gonna show you here, some are gonna be live today, some are gonna be going live next week, and then there's a whole shelf of discs that'll probably be going live over the next like 2 weeks. So if you're looking for a specific Innova mold, it's coming. But I'll just highlight some of these here that are gonna be going up. Like I said, some of these will already be live by the time you're watching this, some of them will be live earlier next week, but we got some gorgeous plastic here. So first off, TL3, Halo TL3. Innova has like certain molds, this is definitely one of them, that just gets so overlooked by the modern player that are just incredible discs. So the TL3, it's essentially, the TL was a straighter T-bird, so then the TL3 is a flat top version of the TL, so it makes it a little bit faster, and in my experience, a little bit more understable. And these are just gorgeous in this Halo plastic. So if you're looking for a dead straight 8-speed, you kind of want a passion type disc, but you don't like to feel the passion, check out the TL3 or the TL if you want something a little bit slower. I also noticed we have a bunch of Mako 3s coming back. So if you're looking for, like I said, that hyzer flip dead straight mid-range like I've been talking about, the Mako 3 really fits that bill very, very well. Just dead straight. Starts off great where you can lean into it pretty flat, and it's gonna give you a straight flight, maybe a little bit turned to the right, but pretty soon gets to that hyzer flip, super workable disc. I saw up here we have Thunderbirds, and I know we have a bunch of different Thunderbirds. Champ Thunderbirds, I see some Halo Star Thunderbirds back here. These are absolutely stunning. Some more Halo Star, we got some G-Star Thunderbirds coming down the line. What we got back here? I think just some stock. Oh, there's a Pro Thunderbird. That's fun. I also saw some iDie Thunderbirds somewhere in here as well. So, bunch of Thunderbirds, the best 9-speed ever created. Bunch of those coming back in stock. So if you're looking to take your game to the next level, check out the Thunderbird. What do we have down here? Oh, some Pro Wraiths. So the Pro Plastic from Innova went through several different cycles. We're back in a good cycle, in my opinion. So it's a little bit less durable than Star, but it gives you a very similar hand feel. So what's great about it is if you're someone who like, you love the feel of the Wraith, or you love the feel of the Destroyer, or even if you love the feel of like a Thunderbird, but you wish you had one flippy, one overstable, you can buy a like Star or Champ Wraith, and then buy a Pro Wraith, and the Pro one's gonna get flippy quicker. Sometimes even start flippy, but it gives you like, I mean, if you closed your eyes, you could convince yourself this is Star so easily. So it gives you a very, very comfortable hand feel, plastic-wise, but a little bit less durability. So it gets you to where you can have that beat up Wraith flight very quickly. But if you don't want that, don't worry, we have Champ Wraiths, and I'm sure we have Star Wraiths if I dig far enough back. Ooh, Blizzard Wraiths. How about that? So a lot of fun plastic coming there. We also, oh, here they are. Here's the Star Wraiths. I'll say, surely we have some. So Halo Wraiths are coming, Star Wraiths, boom, boom. Oh, and right above it, I see the absolute bomber disc of the year, the Shrike. And by disc of the year, I mean disc of like 20, when did it come out, like 17? Something like that. Oh, this one's money. Listen to that. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, we're testing out a little bit some of the newer stuff you see on the site. You're gonna be able to see the dome level. So if you're looking for a domey Shrike, like this one, you'll be able to find it versus a flatter Shrike like this one. So how it would probably be listed is this one will say like slight dome, this one will say dome, and you can see the different level there. So that's something exciting that y'all have been requesting. It's coming with some of the newer restocks, so be checking that out, which is important for a disc like the Shrike, because some discs, I'm gonna be straight with you, it doesn't matter. You're looking for dome level, all that matters is hand feel. Other discs like the Shrike, like the Hades, the dome level drastically changes how they fly. Like you get this stiff, domey Shrike, this thing is going to be a hyzer flip bomber, even out to like 400 some feet. You get a flat Shrike, then, you know, if you're throwing 400 feet, it's gonna be a hyzer flip to turnover. So it just depends on what you're looking for. But man, that there gets me excited. I might steal that. That might never make the site. But anyways, I won't keep boring you with a bunch of other stuff. We got all kinds of Innova restock coming. There's even some Nate Sexton Proto Glow Firebirds coming back to the site as well. So like I said, some of this will already be live for you on the site today, but most of it will be coming over the next 2 weeks. So Innova fans, rejoice. It's in the warehouse, it's coming soon. Also a quick reminder, something else new we're doing on the site. We heard you guys wanted access to used discs. And originally we were always scared to do that because we were like, we don't have that many used discs. Now that we've been an in-person store for years, we have more used discs than we know what to do with, which is awesome. And so we're bringing some over to the site. So what we're doing is we're kind of going through and hand selecting not the best used discs in the sense that the Lynchburg store has no good used discs. Trust me, if you've walked in there, you know that's not true. I actually make sure I intentionally leave some very sick ones behind. But we hand select ones that we think will be good for y'all as far as like, these are gonna be good quality. We're not going like crazy, hit by a lawnmower or anything like that, but you can get some great deals on this. So here's some of the ones that are currently in the site. We got this sick Aftershock from DGA that looks like it was probably thrown maybe once. It's got a little ink on the rim. That's realistically probably about it. This titanium zone is brand new. There's no way around it. I don't know who bought it and decided they didn't want it, but it's even a little puddle toppy. But a gorgeous, gorgeous, like I said, this thing's brand new. Someone bought it and convinced themselves they didn't want it for whatever reason. A nice Big Z Vulture here. I saw this one, a little dye job on, what is this? A musket. Little dye job musket. So you get the idea. This crystal clear zone actually was there last week and no one picked it up yet. So if you want to steal the deal, there you go. Crystal clear blank zone. I think it's a zone. Yeah. Stunning. So you can check all those out, the used section on the site, and get yourself some steals. Now here at Foundation, we do have some favorite pros. One of them being Ezra Robinson, because he's on Team Foundation. You got to have him as a favorite. And he's done it again. He's got yet another win, and so we have yet another Victory Edition disc. This is the Confetti Predator. So these are Z Confetti Predators. The Predator already is such an underrated disc because the Raptor exists, and so people, when they think of that like really overstable fairway driver in Discraft, they try to go Raptor. You're going the wrong way. If you want a like Firebird type disc from Discraft, you have two choices. Well, you have three choices. One, you can go Captain's Raptor and accept it's gonna be more overstable. You can go Raptor and try to find one with a stiff rim that's flat and hopefully it flies the way you want it to. Or you can just buy a Predator. And somewhere in the last several years, people have like forgotten the Predator exists. Not Ezra. These things are sick. And what's also fun about them, some people love it, some people hate it. The good news is it's not all the way around, is they have a like grip track on here. I absolutely love it for, I used to, when I played more tournaments, I had a Predator in my bag, and anytime there was a rainy round, I would rely on the Predator so much because my fingers can just dig into that, and it got me such good grip. It's only right here, so then if you grab anywhere else, it just feels like a normal disc, but you have this like cross hatching on there that gives you great grip for the backhand or the forehand, and the confetti plastic looks awesome, feels awesome, and you get to celebrate Ezra's win. So win all around, in my opinion. All right, last call for this month's subscription box. Don't worry, the subscription box obviously restocks every month, but every month you have a different theme. So if you want to get on this theme, you literally have this weekend, today through Sunday, because Monday is September 1st. And by the time September 1st rolls around, you're buying September's box. So let me show you what you're getting. This is the Vault box. I talked about it some last week, but I'll just re-highlight it in case. When you open it up, your first thing you're gonna get is this Vault card that explains what's in here. And underneath, these are all backwards, you can't see them, but there's stickers that have different levels of rarity. So you can try to grab, let me grab a different pack out of here. See?
There's a little sneak peek, the bins.
There you go. This one has a birdie vibes only. So that would be one of the like common, and then you have some uncommon and some rare and even ultra rare based on, and it explains it all on there. So that's just a little fun swag item, side thing. Then inside the box, you have 3 of our older Foundation stamps that we haven't ran, gosh, in years. Some of these, like legit 4 years, haven't seen a disc until this box. So we first off have the To the Moon. This is on a mint disc alpha, an alpha from Mint Discs. And the To the Moon, this was originally a Patreon only stamp. So this is a very rare stamp because it was only for our marble tier 1 month. I think it was the March disc in like 2021, something like that. Like a super rare stamp here. So that's one of them. Next one is a stamp that like people have been asking for us to bring back, and to be honest with you, I don't know why we waited so long, but the Birdie Vibes Only, super fun. Everyone loves it. You know, you want good vibes on the course, Birdie Vibes Only. There you go. This is on a Luster Champ Wraith. So fun, overstable, 11-speed. And then last but not least, we have the Photon Buzz stamp, and we brought it over to a Crystal Buzz. So if you're looking at that nice neutral mid-range, and what's great about this box is 3 foundation stamps, 3 custom stamp premium plastic discs, and the sticker pack swag item for $45. That's $15 a disc for a custom stamp disc. Like you're not getting that anywhere. So this month's box is insane. Next month's box, we have something really fun coming. I'm still chuckling. We just like kind of finalized everything, the final piece of it, like last week. And I mean, it's a great time. And then October's box, if I remember correctly, we're doing something we've never done before as a company. So anyways, if you subscribe to the subscription box, you're in for a good run. The final part of the year is just banger after banger. These boxes are going to be insane. And it all starts here with these 3 premium plastic custom stamp discs, $45, and you get a collectible sticker. So win all around. But that's what's new in the warehouse this week. Check it all out at foundationdiscs.com, and we'll see you again next week.